Hello everyone and welcome to the virtual presentation of our paper, The Role of ICT and the Mother Tongue in Education. My name is Ian Nyasha Mutamiri from Zimbabwe, standing in for Dr. Victor Mugari and Dr. Gary Brooking from Zimbabwe and the USA, respectively. The mother tongue is the language that a person has grown up speaking from early childhood, or simply the language that is native to people living in a certain place on earth. It is the greatest asset people bring to task of foreign language learning and provides a language acquisition system, which enables one to learn a new language based on their current understanding of literacy that the mother tongue offers them. Globalization has caused population mobility, which in turn has caused linguistic, cultural, racial, and religious diversity within schools. This language contact consequence has somehow caused a threat to the host society's language and identity. For instance, foreign students were at one time not allowed to speak in their mother tongue, which forced them to renounce that language in order for them to be accepted in the new society. The threat to mother tongue learning and official usage stimulated this research. The research aims at motivating for and implementing the adoption of current technological developments towards the learning of native languages for their onward inclusive use in the education process. Our contribution to mother tongue usage is not a way of reinventing the wheel, but is also to buttress what the Universal Declaration of Linguistic Rights declared. Article 9 of the Declaration states that all language communities have the right to codify, standardize, preserve, develop, and promote their linguistic system without induced or forced interference. Globalization has resulted in a society that is made up of linguistic, cultural, racial, and religious diversity in schools. The linguistic diversity that comes with globalization presents an economic challenge to some societies. For example, there can be too many languages to support. Globalization can be regarded as an agent for language shift towards the more international second language, thus leaving the indigenous language to weaken and lose its detail or depth, and then eventually dying. As a result, indigenous languages, in spite of being native to big populations, are in competition for survival and therefore in need of compatibility with the current technological developments in order to stay afloat. In the rural areas, children are left to fend for themselves, while the time that should be dedicated by the parents to socialize and teach their children about the societal values and ethics in the mother tongue is converted to time for more adult chores and responsibilities. The girl child is especially affected as she is more responsible for house chores and taking care of other younger and even older siblings. A more widely accepted definition for native language takes into account the geographical location where that language is spoken. The Declaration of Independence defines native language under its preliminary headings as the language of the community historically established in a specific space. For someone to be called a native speaker, they would have had to be born in that area and raised to speak the language spoken there. The mother tongue is acquired at a young age, naturally, through interaction of the young person with their family and members of society. Besides the mother tongue being a part of a person's identity, it can be used as a tool to learn other languages. The theory is that a mother tongue is the most important ally a foreign language can have. When learning a new language or when learning a technical or otherwise concept, the mother tongue is already silently present. The brain, via cognitive ability, tries to use what it already knows to draw patterns from and make relationships with what is being taught. The stronger the roots are to the mother tongue, the better the chances of mastering a second language. The concept of literacy is already well developed, so learning a second language is a much easier process. It may also be deplorable to realize that a weak understanding of the mother tongue drastically affects the learning of other languages or subjects. For instance, children raised in slang-speaking homes have a tough time mastering the grammar of either their native or second languages. NatiV is an e-learning application under development and testing that will teach children how to read Shona. This is a Zimbabwean native language. NatiV is aimed at improving a child's syllable to sound or letter to sound association, up to a point where they are able to construct whole words and even sentences. Our research has in a way made submissions on the need to use indigenous languages within the learning process and has introduced software that not only promotes mother tongue learning and usage but also engages the learner through utilizing current technology. The NatiV app is designed in a way that respects many linguistic rights and inclusive education, as it also caters for dyslexics. The mother tongue is essential when it comes to learning a new language, more so when learning any new concept. ICT as a technology is now accessible to anyone through the internet and provides an efficient means of empowering education, in this case, mother tongue learning. Solutions can be made through the use of ICT to help children learn their mother tongue with little supervision. These solutions also guarantee the preservation of dying minority languages. Manipulation of ICT systems in education can also be extended to electronic dictionaries that have speech output to help learners with pronunciation, and a project to digitalize monolingual dictionaries of Zimbabwean indigenous languages should be a worthwhile endeavor. Thank you.